so we can get this thing kicked off. And let's get this countdown started so we can get this thing. Yeah. What up, good people? Welcome to another episode of the 710 The Slickville Show. I am your host, Jay Brown, a.k.a. Mr. 710. And we are back up in this thing once again. Y'all ready now? I'm ready to rock and roll now. I ain't said nothing. Look, got a dope show for y'all playing today. Got some stuff that I didn't get to last week that we going to cover today. We also going to talk about some stuff that happened since last week. On tonight's show, we also going to talk about me being Captain Hater. We'll talk about some airplane pet peeves. If too much information is a bad thing, and we're going to talk about some food in South Korea. I want to start off by thanking everybody for watching on Facebook, Instagram, and if you're listening on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Music, or Google Podcasts, we greatly appreciate it. Go ahead and rate us 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube as well, go ahead and rate us 5 stars. We greatly appreciate it. Hit that like button, subscribe, or whatever it is that you need to do in order to know when we rocking and rolling. Yeah. I'll make sure I got everything ready, man. I'm excited about today. And before I get going, this weekend I was asked a question about the voting in Georgia. And I ain't have a real good answer for them because the question was, who the hell out here voting for Herschel Walker? Hey, I didn't ask the question. I'm just kind of repeating it. But I kind of had the same thought process, just a little bit, and it almost like they said it was a runoff. It was a runoff, and I'm just like,
how? Hold on, bro. How? I'm saying, how? Like, just talk to me, bro.
Like I don't know what up, E. I don't know how he got so many votes. Like, how bad you gotta be? How bad is Raphael Warnock messed up in these last few years that they like, yo, Herschel Walker, we got to vote for him. That. Listen. What up, Ken Dow? What up? Listen, come on, man. This is not a good look for Georgia. Just in general. In general, if Herschel is that guy that we about to hold up and be like, hey, put him in the Senate. Out of all the people that's here, Georgia, we in a bad way. We are in a bad way. Just go ahead and put that on out there. But look, since last week, we went to St. Louis. Went to St. Louis and we took the boy with us. Now, every time we flew, every time we go do something different, we gotta hit them with the layout of what it's gonna look like, what the plan is gonna look like, and everybody that has kids know what that looks like. So when you go to the store, I got that talk when I was a kid. Don't touch nothing, don't look at nothing, don't ask for nothing. Boom, 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 boom. With the airport, it's a little different. Now, this is not his first flight, but we're still like, listen, you need to don't be asking this is gonna be an early flight. You're gonna have a snack. We're gonna bring some snacks with us. Don't you worry about it. You're gonna eat. We thought we covered everything. Don't walk off. Don't go start talking to strangers. If you gotta use the bathroom, let's use it before you get on the plane. Like it's the whole rundown. And we missed one. We missed one. Like we went through the whole like, hey, at TSA, you might have to take your shoes off. Make sure you listen to the officers because they're gonna tell you, if you got your little laptop, make sure you pull that out. Like when they tell you to walk through, just walk through. Don't have nothing in your pockets. We went through the whole thing. And like I said, we missed one. We missed one, and it wasn't a bad one, but it was enough. And one slipped by us. And so on the way there, I'm on the aisle. My wife is on the opposite aisle, and the boy is next to me. There's a white dude sitting next to the window. Now, the white dude, we had an interaction on the way in. He was cool. He had to step over. Like we got in, we was in one of the first boarding groups. So we had to get up. He stepped over the boy. Fine, whatever. He was cool. He was cool about the situation. Midway through the flight, I'm dozing off. Our flight left at 7. So we had to be at the airport at like 4:30, 5 o'clock. My eyes closed. I'm dozing off on the little movie I'm watching. I know he watching the movie. Next thing you know, the shade opens. The shade opens about a window. And of course, it's bright outside at this point. Bam, it wakes me up. Not a problem if it was the white dude who opened the window. But it wasn't. It was the boy. The boy reached over the white guy and raised the window. Hey, get your, what are you doing? What are you doing? That's not your responsibility. You don't have control over the window from the middle seat, dude. Like that is, you don't just reach over people to open the window. What are you doing? Come on, man. Come on, man. You're not. I didn't think that we had to. Well, I forgot to tell him. I should have known. I should have known that you got to tell them everything. I want to see what outside looked like from up here. He was I'm trying to see something. Dude, you gotta ask, but I don't want you talking to people on the plane because listen, I'm gonna just say this. If I'm on the plane, there's a dad and his son sitting next to me. Son reaches over and lifts up the window shade. Oh, it reaches over my body and reaches over and lifts up this window shade, and I'm trying to sleep. You know what I mean? He might get karate chopped. Hey, bro, get your son. Get your son. Get your son. He reached over me again. It's about to be a problem. Like, hey, do you not tell? Like, it's already bad enough to have somebody with their knee in your back. Like, for some reason, everybody that sat behind me, I felt like had their knee in my back. Didn't like that. Didn't like that again. But if you reaching over me, and this ain't one of those reach over just to get some snacks type situations where it's kind of understood. Come on, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that at all. Don't do that at all. Like, it's a whole lot of stuff. It's a whole lot of stuff that I feel like it needs, like, that happens on the plane that people just don't talk about. Like, they ain't learned yet. Like, listen, when the plane stops, if you sitting in the back, you gotta wait, bro. Like, you can't, it ain't no just running up to the front. You gotta wait. Like, chill. You ain't getting off the plane no faster, brother. Sit your ass down. The dude that was sitting next to my wife on the way home kept putting his hands in his mouth and touching the screen. She was over there freaking out. I was like, you could be over here sitting next to this little boy who was trying to find some headphones so bad because he was cracking out over having a screen on the back of the seat that he could play the game. They could watch movies. And he made me mad too. I want to tell y'all about this. Like kids that can read, like I can't trust them. I know he can read, but I can't trust him. Here's the problem. He's looking for a movie. He finds Sonic the Hedgehog 2. For some reason, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 has a parental advisory warning on it. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, because it has this parental advisory warning, I thought that he had went to a different movie. So now I can't watch my movie because I'm trying to see what he pressed proceed on. And when I questioned him about it, I was like, hey, what did that say that you just hit that red button on? He said, proceed. No, but why is it stopping you? Why is it telling you that you need to proceed? Why? What's the reason? What's the reason for the stop, boy? It just said proceed. No, that's all you wanted it to see. I see, now I can't trust him. I can't trust him in situations where if he because he know yes or no. That's all he gonna press is yes. He gonna press proceed. He gonna press move forward. He is gonna press send. Okay, pay this amount in order to get what he want. I know what that looks like. Why do I know what that looks like? Because I used to call the 1-800 WWF number back in the day. And all you had to do was press 1 to talk to Hulk Hogan. And Hulk Hogan would get on the phone and be like, doing a fake recording of Hulk Hogan. And I ain't know it wasn't real. Good morning, brother. Make sure you eat all your vitamins. And then you'll get 24-inch pythons. I was running my people bill up because I wanted to talk to damn Hulk Hogan. They was tricking me. Like it was like, hey, there's only 10 cents for the first minute, 25 cents every minute afterwards. But once you press 1 to get to Hulk Hogan, it's gonna be 45 seconds before he even get on. You know what, brother? Say your prayers every night. I know what it looks like when you out here getting hustled. This is a failure. I messed up. When my people was trying to figure out what was going on with the phone bill, I was guilty. They got me. Come on, man. But look, most people be like, you need to be nice to him. You need to just let him be a kid and let him do this. And oh, you too hard on him. I'm not. No. I am. He calls me a hater, and he needs me to be his number one hater. He needs me to be a hater. He need me to stop him from looking out the window. Come on, man. Like, I'm a super hater. I know it. Me and him, we argue all the time about who better at what. I probably shouldn't even tell y'all this. I argue with him all the time about who's better at what. Like, he called me old. He see the grays. He see a little pudge, but I'm still faster than him. But then he never want to admit. Only thing he want to admit that I'm better than like anybody he know. Like, look, I'm the coolest person you know by a lot. He like, you're not cooler than my dad. Wait, what? You're not cooler than my dad. Oh, yes, I'm faster than him too. And the only thing that he gonna admit, what up, bro? The only thing that he would admit that I'm better than his dad at is saying no. That's the only thing he say I'm better than his dad at is saying no. And I'm like, but yeah, I'm a hater. That's why. You need me to hate on you. Because you're not going to do right if I don't hate on you. If I wasn't a hater, you would eat 20 cookies. If I wasn't a hater, you would get up in the morning like, man, he spent this whole weekend hustling my mother-in-law out of anything that he could. He was eating cookies for breakfast. Like, saying one yes to this boy is like, it's the one yes, but then he gonna take 4 liberties to go along with it. So I normally be like, no, and then try to ease him those liberties that he gonna feel like he gonna try to take. See, he don't know, but you gotta, don't do that. He already like, he woke up one morning, we didn't give him his medicine right away, and that boy mouth was it was the Busta Rhymes verse on Look at Me Now on repeat over and over and over again. Like, he just would not be quiet. Like, it just kept going. Anytime you want to get go, you gotta go. When you gotta get it. It was on. It's like, y'all don't know what this looks like. Y'all don't know what this looks like. Him raw on the edible. It wouldn't have worked until he got sleepy. Like, that was the only thing. Like, it would have had to be one of them sleepies, because otherwise he might have been lit for a minute. And then he would have had to come on down. Like, she didn't have that information. She didn't have that information on what it looked like for him to be that super, super hustler. And then he was just getting it. He was getting every chance she got. He was getting it. I'm talking about, it's just too much. It was too much. And you hate to give her that information because you want people to see. You want people to kind of see for themselves and then make their own decisions on how they deal with the said person. And while we talking about information, like, we've all heard that expression, like, if knowledge is power, information is key. And with a lot of information that comes out, like, like I just said, you want to be able to take in said information and then you do what you want with it. Like, I could tell y'all anything, and it's not for you to take as the gospel, but you either take it and you use it for your advantage, you take it and you use it for your entertainment, or you take it and you be like, not important, throw it in the trash. And that part is fine. But I never thought that there would be a time where I would feel like too much information would be a bad thing. And as it stands right now, I almost feel like they're not too much information, but I feel like it's too many people with the ability to put out information that does not necessarily have to be valid. But the same premise still holds true to the people that's consuming said information, that you still have the ability. You still have the ability to decide what it is you want to do with this information. And I know Dave Chappelle. What up, Nick? I know Dave Chappelle this weekend caught a little bit of flack for his Saturday Night Live monologue, in which I listened to it. Didn't sound that bad to me, but I also come from the mindset of, I'm here for the freedom of being able to talk, the ability to be able to talk freely. And you still got to deal with the consequences of the things that you say and the things that you post. But at the same time, anybody that's taking it in, if it's not anything that's malicious, you got the ability to do with it as you please, as far as I'm concerned. And all right, we just had to make sure that we considered the source. Now, y'all remember the time? There was a time when they was like, you can't believe everything you read or see on the internet. Take a sip. There was a time when it was said, you can't believe everything you read or see on the internet. As a kid, we didn't even have the internet like that. We had one computer in my 3rd grade class, and we played the Oregon Trail on there. The information that we had access to was in dictionaries, and there was that set of blue encyclopedias that I think probably about 1 out of every 6 households had. And what was in those blue encyclopedias, we took as the gospel, whatever it was. There was a time when the general, we trusted everything that they put in a textbook. And then you come to find out that, all of these textbooks have 6-month-old phone book. What up, Fablicity? Yeah, all of these phone books, like you would just think, it was the Britannica one. Like everybody, look, if you didn't have it, you wanted it. Like everybody had that set. It was a whole bunch of thick, they was slim. There was a whole bunch of slim blue books, and then the one at the end was a fat one. That one had everything in it, but the information that was in there, that was like that was almost like the information Bible. Like you just looked at that like, hey, if it's in there, it's real. If it's in there, it is real. And then it's like, you know what? The older I got, the more we found out that you needed to do some more studying outside of what was in the textbook because of what might have been changed or omitted based on, however they felt like they wanted to make. And I say they, but it's a fictitious they, and how they wanted it to sound. And that, and I say that because there were recent stories as recent as June of this year where they wanted to change. They wanted to take the word slavery out. Like before they wanted to change, they wanted to stop calling slaves and call them immigrants or workers. But then they wanted to make a change and change the word slavery to it being taught as involuntary relocation. Involuntary relocation? Shit. That's not right. Like, when you start thinking about involuntary relocation, I don't need no time to think about that. Listen, it sounds like kidnapping to me. Yes. U.S. historians. Slavery sounds shitty. Slavery sounds really shitty. And that's because what? That's all I've heard. But you also ask anybody who has been involuntarily relocated at any point in their life now how that was. And they'll probably say that it was shitty too. Ain't no good kidnapping. If I involuntarily relocate anything from your house to mine, that is stealing. If I involuntarily relocate your kid to my house, that is kidnapping. What are y'all trying to do? What is the reason for this nonsense? Now, I had to ask my wife before I made this next part, but the one thing I do know is that what they're not going to do, they're not going to minimize the Holocaust by calling it an involuntary aromatherapy session. They're going to keep the Holocaust as it is because it ain't something that the U.S. did. They could just point to Germany and be like, look, they did that. Them Nazis over there did that. But they trying to clean up this U.S. history and try to make it not sound as bad. And for what? Some of this stuff, y'all, we just got to own. Like, this is U.S. history. It happened. It happened. It was bad. It was bad. But in the same way, that nobody's gonna be like, hey, the Holocaust was an involuntary aromatherapy session that went bad. Nobody's gonna read about slavery and be like, oh, this is just involuntary relocation, where these people got over to this new job that they took over in the US and started getting beat and treated bad and killed. Come on, man, let's not do that. And so when it comes to information, it's one of those things where I try to give these kids as much information as I can without corrupting, their thought process when it comes to certain things. But at the same time, it's like, I got to look at your books, bro. I got to look at your books because I got to see what they trying to teach y'all, because some of this stuff just don't sound right. Some of this stuff just don't look right. And when, people get mad about the information that celebrities share, it's still up to the consumer of what they're going to do with it. And me and the guys were having a conversation earlier today, and they brought up one of the things about Jalen Rose having to apologize for bringing up the lady that Ime messed with. And I was like, listen, the reality of the situation is Jalen Rose cannot ask those type of questions because that is not on script. That is not on script. It is not on script for people to know who that was. And so, yes, they made him apologize immediately. Immediately. And then he had to go back and defend his blackness. He had to defend his blackness in order to the people who, oh, they punked you and this and that. He kind of want to keep his job. He want to keep his job. Now, the thing that sucks is that, yeah, you do got to apologize for asking the question of, yeah, we know Ime's name and the stuff that he did, but this lady is not a minor, and why don't we know her name? It's just certain, unfortunately, there are certain things that these celebrities cannot ask out loud on TV. You can have that conversation with your friends, but you can't have it out loud on TV. I give a shout out to Jay Will. Jay Will came out last Tuesday, and he did a lot of questioning of the Kyrie situation. And he questioned, hey, he said he was anti-Semitic. He said he was not anti-Semitic. He got all these people out here that, he apologized, and now y'all saying y'all didn't like his apology, and now there's this extra backlash, not backlash, but now you got this list of things that you want him to satisfy, and now it feels wrong. So now I have to say something because y'all want him to do this extra apologizing. You want him to do more than just apologize. You want him to show how sorry he is. You want him to you want to hold him up and be like, look, you see this right here? This guy right here wasn't sorry enough the first time. And so he got to do these things. And I'm going to applaud him for saying that wasn't right, because he was one of the first celebrities outside of Floyd Mayweather to stand up and kind of push back against them wanting all of this extra stuff. And then they talked about Kyrie meeting with these people and, donating this money and doing all these other things. But this weekend, there was a story about Joe Tsai, EAA. There was a story about Joe Tsai meeting with Kyrie Irving and then saying, I don't feel like he's sorry enough. And that right there, you got to bounce, fam. Right now, they got him in a little bit of a chokehold right now. And if Joe Tsai is trying to figure out how not to pay, or whatever it is that he got going on, because now they pulling receipts from Joe Tsai about some of the dealings that he has going on over with the Muslims in China, and I'm not all super versed in that, so I can't go into that, but they talking about Muslims and genocide and some other stuff that he's supposedly funding, allegedly. Come on, man. I'm just saying, like, I wish I knew more about it. I'm probably gonna have to do some more information and some more research on it. But they're not talking about it anymore, because now you can't just, they're no longer blasting Kyrie, because Kyrie is where he is in this whole standoff. Like he's doing his part in this standoff. Now, he didn't come out and say that the movie was bad, the movie was wrong in this public apology, in which I talked about last night, that I did not feel like if you went and apologized to a group of people, that it was going to necessarily satisfy said group. And so if I had said something offensive towards the LGBTQ community, I could be like, yo, my bad, I didn't mean that. There's still, if I offended a lot of people in that community, then who's to say, like, what is an appropriate apologies to give to satisfy the masses? Because I don't feel like it's not. Because after he said he not anti-Semitic, and he said, I apologize for anybody that I might have caused harm to, him necessarily denouncing the movie ain't gonna mean nothing. It doesn't mean anything. It's still a movie that's out there for consumption. There's people still going to watch said movie because they want to know what was so wrong with it. Why he gotta show all of this enormous amount of remorse for a movie that he didn't make? He didn't turn on the gas. But at the same time, it's like I don't know. I don't know what would be an appropriate apology for him to satisfy whatever these needs are for these people to feel like he should be able to play again. And that part is weird to me, which is not which after they was like, hey, you need to apologize like this. Like you need to get on one knee, hold up a sign that say, I hate this movie, set the sign on fire, apologize, cry a little bit, and then we might let you back into the NBA. That's weird, and now you're asking for a whole lot. And the only time that I've seen a situation, even remotely, where somebody wanted to make it seem like you were as sad as they wanted you to be, is when Kim Jong-il died. When Kim Jong-il died, and they put those cameras in front of those people from North Korea, if you didn't cry, you were going to be in trouble. If you didn't look sad enough about this man's death, you were going to be, this was the dad, not the son that's ruling now, the dad. I was over there when he died. They had the cameras, they had the news, and if they weren't sad enough, those people got in trouble. It didn't matter how much you did not like that man. If he wasn't crying when they put the cameras on you, you was in trouble. You had to answer for that. Yeah, supreme leader, the same person. You had to be super sad about the same person that said the reason why the U.S. women's team beat the North Korean national team was because the whole national team got struck by lightning. What up, Easy Mo? Easy as Mo. That happened. You had to be sad. They had to see it. They had to believe that you was that sad. Stop playing. Where we at? Well, you got to pretend to be more sad than what you really are, in order to satisfy some folks that don't even really care in that way. Nothing stopped when that movie was actually made and put out. Yeah. Yeah. Nothing stopped. Dude put up a post with no caption. Now it's the end. Anyway, I had a weird transition. I'm just gonna start talking about blowing up somebody's bathroom. Like, this makes no sense to me. But I just felt like talking about it because this made me mad. And yeah, it made me mad. And so hard left because I ain't feel like being mad no more. I'm sweating right now. I normally have on a black shirt. When I talk like this. So I don't want to be one of those people that raise my arm up and then got those little sweat circles. But I was thinking about this, and I was mad because I went to visit some of my wife's people this weekend, and I just remember when they came to visit us one time, they stopped on a road trip from St. Louis. They stopped here and then went to Orlando. And there was probably about 15 people at our house, 15, 16 people at our house. And about 7 of them blew up our bathroom. Now, yeah, you just can't, I don't feel, You gotta be a special person to go to somebody else's house and blow up somebody else's bathroom. Like is like I don't think I could go to my brother. I love my brother dearly. I don't think I could blow up his house just because I live close. Like I had to be in a bad way to go blow up his house, go blow up his bathroom. Like I don't know a scenario in which I would be at his house long enough to be like, yo, I'm about to go fire this thing up, bro. My bad. Like the I can't even. I'm trying to remember the last time I blew up a public restaurant. Probably when I got my real estate exam. I fired up the bathroom at Kroger. It was early in the morning. I wasn't expecting nobody to be in there. I wasn't expecting nobody to be in there. And yeah, with Kroger. I went in Kroger. I blew that thing up. I represented in Kroger. It was early. I fired Kroger up. It was right back there next to the dairy section. But I knew it was an emergency. They said the test. I had 4 hours to take the test. You can't hold that for 4 hours. Like it was about to be bad. Can't do that. Also, I can't blow up a bathroom that's too clean. Like if I walk into a bathroom and it's really, really clean, I don't think I could blow it up. But if it's some clutter, it ain't got to be a lot. You got a couple spots on your mirror, it's fair game. Fair game. Fair game. I just don't like those people that could blow up your bathroom and leave streaks. Those people need to go to jail. Those people need to go to jail. But listen, I told y'all I before I got out of here last week, I talked about some food, right? And so I was telling y'all about that chicken sandwich that I had the hash brown on from KFC. You can't even buy that in the States. That is an authentic sandwich that you can only get over in South Korea. But I want to talk to y'all about this food. And I talked to y'all about that pizza where I got like a real slice of sausage on there, not the little round joints. Food in South Korea, when you first get there. Now, if you visiting and you go into the spots, that's one thing. You know what you're looking for. But when you live there and you go into, it ain't the spots, it's just where they go. Yo, it's different. It's a game changer. And so one of the first times I got thrown off by some food in South Korea. I played in this basketball tournament. One of the first people I met, he was from Montana. His name was Spence. Me and Spence, we was hooping. We played in this basketball tournament. We won the tournament. And I'm thinking that we about to split the money with these other, I think it was 4 of us. It was 2 Koreans and then us 2. And I'm expecting some money. They were like, hey, let's not split the money. Let's just go out to eat and party. First of all, that's a horrible idea to me. That is a horrible idea to me. Split the money and go out to eat? No, we'll go out to eat and let's not split the money. That's stupid. How about I take my part of the money? Y'all can go out to eat I'll watch because I don't know nothing about this food that y'all about to go eat. But this chicken spot around the corner from my house is fire. I'm gonna go get some of that. Because whatever spices they put on there is good. I didn't rock the boat. We went out to eat. I was already mad about that because we went right after the basketball tournament. So I'm sweaty, not feeling too comfortable. Didn't like none of it. We pull up to this spot, and you know, most of the time when you go to a Korean barbecue spot, you order the stuff that you want, and then they'll bring it to your table, and you just cook it based on what they bring out. This did not happen in that way at all. They had like this little mini bar. Up there where they had these different meats, and you had to choose your meat, and you took it back to your table. Pure Cali, what up? I'm in a new country. I have no idea what it is what these meats are, because they're not labeled other than beef, pork, and chicken. All right, the chicken, I know what that look like. Hey, fam, what type of pork is this? Pork good. Huh? What kind of pork is this? Pork good. Shit, this is bad. All right, so what kind of beef is this? Beef food. Nigga, this is like filet mignon beef, or is it like ground chuck? Because this is different. I mean, y'all gotta have better answers than this. Like, okay, yes, this says beef. This says pork. I know what this chicken look like. I'm not getting ready to go back to this table with just a plate full of chicken. That is so stereotypical, and I am not falling for it. So tell me, what part of the pig did this pork come from? Pork. I'm gonna knock you out. I don't like this at all. Like, this is stupid. This is really stupid. Like, I can't. All right. Like, yeah, it could have been ear. It could have been a whole, it could have been anything. Pig ears. And so I go and I get what looks to be. I'm like, all right, well, there's some fat ass bacon strips right here. Let me get this bacon right quick. So I got some chicken. I got these fat ass bacon strips. And I'm like, yeah, this what's up. Some fat ass bacon, but I know what bacon looks like when I see it. I'm gonna go ahead and cook. We gotta cook our own stuff. This what this is? So we paid them for the meat, but we gotta do the work. This is bad. This is a horrible idea. Like I said, I'm in full culture shock at this moment, because I had never been to a Korean barbecue restaurant, and I had never been to a restaurant where I gotta cook my own stuff. Come on, man. Throwing the chicken on there, it's cooking. I'm like, oh yeah, this what's up. Y'all see your boy out here cooking. Yeah. Let me throw some of this bacon on here. Bam. Threw that fat ass bacon on there. And as I'm looking, I'm turning my chicken, and this fat ass bacon is cooking. but it ain't cooking right. It's cooking like beef. Hey, somebody gave me some stale bacon, man. This bacon ain't cooking right. This bacon is trash, yo. Hey, look how it's cooking. It's cooking like it's beef. This ain't right. This bacon ain't baconing right. Y'all got this from the wrong part of the pig. Is this ain't from the ass. This is from a leg or something. I didn't know. This bacon wasn't cooking right. I had no idea what was going on here. Like I'm freaking out. I'm having a moment. I'm having a whole moment, and I don't think it was turkey bacon. Like I'm talking about, like I'm looking at it like I don't know if I want to eat this. Like ain't no bacon I ever had at home. Like this ain't maple or nothing. This ain't Canadian bacon or nothing. Like this bacon is stupid the way it's cooking. I'm super judgy at this moment. Like we need some salt and pepper on this, because this ain't. Let me tell you, it was good. It was good, and they called it like samgyeopsal or something like that. It was straight, but when I tell you, I'd never be tricked again by thinking that I was never tricked again by thinking that was bacon. Like that was some. You can't have it on the pork and it cooked like beef. You got to move that. The other thing, them folks. I went to some restaurants with some of my teachers, right? And these folks, we had this real big outing one day. I don't even know what we were celebrating. It was just a teacher's day out after school. Like they had the Korean barbecue at school after school, but we was drinking soju. Soju is liquor. We were drinking it at school. I'm like, yo, something about this doesn't feel right. Something about this just doesn't feel right. Like we drinking at school. Like where y'all keep this at? Because I know the kids know what soju is. Leah, what's happening? I know the kids know what this is. What y'all doing? We drinking at school? On school grounds. It's been over 10 years. It's past the statute of limitations. But we leave there and we went to a Noribong, which is a Korean karaoke spot where you go in and you have your own room, your own karaoke room that you can have with your people. It's probably about the size of the area that I'm in right now. You got your screen, you type in your movies, you got your little projector, and they singing a whole bunch of songs. I have no idea what they singing. But all I know is I'm sitting up here, they pouring soju shots and they giving me the worst compliments that could be given, but I don't know how to take them. Like, I don't know if anybody has ever given you a compliment that you ain't know how to take. Like, if somebody was like, hey, you kind of cute for a dark-skinned person, or, I normally don't date light-skinned dudes, but you straight. Like, that's one of those weird compliments that I was talking about. But they told me, Teacher Jason, you're the best we ever seen. Wait, what? Yeah, Teacher Jason, you the best drinker. I don't think I like that. Like you calling me a low key alky, or what you doing here? Like best drinker, shit. Okay. I'm bigger than y'all, so I can kind of I can handle it a little different. Like this ain't really that strong. Like y'all sell this in the store, like beer, but it's like a cheap vodka. You know, in college, I used to drink this shit all the time. It's called Heavenly Hell. It's called Burnett's. Like we can handle that. Like this is like diet Burnett's. Like this nothing. What up, True? Happy founders, late founders. Y'all out there kicking it. But they was just like, yo, you're the best drinker. Like, chill. We get to my turn on the karaoke. And I'm like, damn, I don't know. They ain't got but a few options. Let me put on this Kanye West Gold Digger. It's 2011. Let me put on Gold Digger. I did not know that the Gold Digger, and I should have known, but I did not know. I did not think that they was going to put the unedited version of Gold Digger in their karaoke. And that unedited version of Gold Digger came on, and I was like, she ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no. Oh shit. They ain't messing with no brokes. Hey, I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no brokes. Y'all better not. I had the words going across there. What? We leave the Korean karaoke place. Now, I'm embarrassed. Like, it takes a lot to embarrass me. But seeing those words come across the screen, and I'm looking at them like, shit, I thought this was a great idea. This is a bad idea. What up, Meg? This is a horrible idea. Like, I should not have picked this song. Back to food. We go to this last spot. Now, I'm a little tipsy. I done had about 2 or 3 bottles of the soju, which is a lot for a damn Tuesday. They bring out these dudes eating like whole fish. They bring out the whole fish. Fam ate the whole thing. He ate the whole thing, and then they come from the back and they bring out the live squid. Now, on the live squid joint, I lost my shit. I completely lost my shit on the live squid tip. When I tell you these folks, they bring it out. What up? They bring out the live squid. Now, live squid got the head and the tentacles. Head and tentacles. It's still moving when they bring it out of the water. They got the head. They got the tentacles. They are cutting the tentacles off. Pow, pow, pow. On the plate. Them shits are still moving. They're still moving. The tentacles still moving on the plate after they hit the plate. And they got the nerve to offer me some. Teacher Jason, here. Try this. If N-word please almost came out of my mouth to them about 4 times. Like I done told y'all, I'm not that drunk. I am not that drunk. The other teacher, one of the teachers that I like, that dude was cool. He throwing them back. Pow, 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 pow. Yeah, they are good. It's the only English that he knew. These are good. First of all, no. It is, I know that it is against custom to turn down food and gifts in Korea. But I ain't from there. And just because I'm here It don't mean I'm going to eat some bullshit. Hell, no. I wish I would. I wish I would. I want to eat nothing that's still moving on your plate. Like, that is all bad. The live squid? See, there's also some videos out here of some people that have eaten like the baby squid and the baby octopus. And the thing about those is there are stories in which if you don't eat those correctly, they can kill you. They can stick, the suctions can still stick to your esophagus, clog your shit up in the end. No, sir, not me. In the words of the great Jalen Rose,
I think you're not going to be able to do it. Not going to be able to do it. Yes. Not going to be able to do it. Not going to be able to do it. You're not going to what? Not going to be able to do it.
we're not going to be able to do it. No. I banned the dried squid from my classroom because it smelled like wolf. You're not going to have that in my classroom. You're not going to have my whole class funky. I'm not going to eat no real live squid. And if you can't tell me what it is, I ain't eating that either. You're welcome. Hey, yo, what up, Key Trash? I appreciate everybody for tuning in. That is my time. We're going to get on about this thing. Listen, let me move this microphone out of the way. I got on the fuck around and find out. Unfortunately, Kyrie and Kanye, they fucked around and they found out that you can't say anything that would resemble anti-Semitic stuff. They really found out. But I got these hoodies. I got this in a hoodie on the website, www.the710printshop.com. Go ahead and order yourself one. Christmas time is coming around the corner. Listen, if you don't get these people stuff that they gonna like, you're gonna fuck around and find out yourself. Also, if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, go ahead and hit me up at J.H. Brown, the Realtor. Make sure you get taken care of, especially if you're in the Georgia area. And before I get out of here, good people, if you're not already subscribing to the podcast on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, or anywhere that you listen to the podcast, you need to go ahead and do it and stop playing. Go ahead and rate us 5 stars. We greatly appreciate it. And until next time, good people, y'all be safe out in these streets. It's getting cold, so it's cuffing season. Go ahead and get you a big one. Big dudes is what I'm talking about. Go ahead and get you a big dude, ladies. Until next time, y'all be safe. We out. Well, y'all gonna get in trouble. Y'all gonna get in trouble.